Alright, y'all, I'm going to work on a neck here. It's a big neck from a big deer. All I did just now, they had some of the esophagus still in there before I thought about recording. I just slid into there and got it out. This was a neck shot deer, but this isn't bloodshot right here. This is just blood coming out of that esophagus. And one of the things I try and tell people when they're cleaning their deer is that the esophagus has to be one of the most primary parts you get out quickly, because stuff sits in the esophagus. You have blood, and then food products. If it throws up anything, you're gonna have bodily waste and like food waste. If it throws up, you'll have food waste. You want to get that out of there, because it'll taint the meat real bad, really fast. And with this, there's a lot of fat, a lot of sinew in that neck, and you just keep trying to get some of that out of there. You got to kind of feel around and get that out of there. This was a very high up neck shot, so the good thing is we get to keep a lot of the neck meat. Now that might be, no, that's still esophagus, but I'm gonna just go ahead and take beautiful pieces off like that, and then yeah, they don't smell bad at all. We didn't have any meat tainting going on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish that neck off. And I'm gonna go throw this out right now. This is what I did the other rib. I didn't think I needed to do that on the video, because we already got one. So I'm gonna go throw the pieces, parts out for that, and let the buzzards and crows have their way with it. What the other day they found it within 5 minutes. But it is cold out there. I'll be back in a minute. Now I'm going to tell y'all up front, I always start this with, I am no professional butcher. I am just an at-home, do-it-yourself, learn and taught myself. You see me doing something wrong, you got a problem with it, that's on you. I really don't care. I'd rather have positive feedback. If you see me doing something wrong and you want to tell me, hey, this is a better way, that's fine. But don't act like I'm saying I'm a professional and trying to tell you how to do this, and if you see something I'm doing wrong, you're going to be like, well, you're an idiot. Oh, you can call me an idiot, I don't care. But, you know, I just don't want you going around thinking that I'm saying I'm the end-all be-all god of doing this. Next, to me, some of the most aggravating part of deer butchering, venison butchering that there is, and I don't particularly care for the necks and the front legs. Ain't that fun, but they're not terrible. But you just take off the pieces like this. You can find the seams and you take them off. It's not really that hard. And it's when it gets closer to the bones that it gets really terribly difficult. So I'm going to take that all off of there, that blood meat. I don't like that anywhere around. Now I got a cousin who thinks the neck is the best part of the deer. He says he does a neck roast. I've never tasted it. I gotta believe him, because he says it's so good. But I mean, these pieces of meat are all backstrap and tenderloin quality, if you ask me. I mean, they use their necks a lot though, so it's good quality meat. So good to use for different different types of dishes. I love my sauce pecan, my stews. So that's what I'm gonna cook with most of this. Now, if I get to the less than quality pieces, I'll use that for sausage. So, the way you see this white stuff, that's just some fat and sinew. Just get that off of there. You might lose a little meat with it, but just get the majority of that fat and sinew off of your meat. And there you go. That bloodshot meat, to me that ain't even worth saving. If it's on the outside like this, I'll go ahead and mess with it. Just like that fat right there. Just like this fat right here. If the bloodshot's on the outside, I'll cut that off. Then that piece of meat right there. That's not something I'm gonna worry about. That's close to where the shot was. See if I can get it off like that, I'll do it. And I just keep poking around, trying to find good pieces. Bloodshot's way under there. You never know. Those bullets really can traumatize an area. All the bone probing you do with your knife, it really will dull it down fast too. That's why I like to have some good knives ready to go. Sharpened all of these the other day, as good as I could. That's a bone. You get around that horn of that bone. That's the backbone, actually. I can tell. separate these. Get them out of here. See how you have that seam in there. Oops, getting into something. Come down right here. Kind of follow that down right there. A little deep, but that's okay. Got into that. It's a good piece of meat right here, I'm feeling. So I see a seam right here. I can kind of see it coming up through this meat right there. But my fingers are getting numb from being cold. And I think that piece of meat is just going to come around right there. Yep, that's right there. Kind of missed a little bit right there, but that's okay. Got some fat and stuff right there. That looked like gland area. Whew, my fingers are numb. Alright, John, I'm heading to this one. I need a... Whew, there's a big piece of fat there. Need to start rocking and rolling here, and that knife was getting a bit duller than what I wanted. I might be able to still use it. Okay. Nice. Coming down, whatever that is. Here's a seam. I'm going to explore that one. It's coming in from this one and this one, so it's like eating several different ways here. I think I'm going to take this and start just following that bone. I'm just gonna cut that off with that right there. Follow that bone again. Some connective tissue there. Some meat on there, but that's, you know, if you want to try and get some of that, be hard to get in and out of those little crevices. But you can pick at it. I do that too because I like to get as much as I can. The neck is a very hard place to get. Every little piece. I feel that bone. Bone all up in there. The more I get toward that bloodshot meat, you don't want to get that. Right there. Yeah, see, it's all bloodshot up in there. I don't want that. Try to get away from that. Come down that. Bone again. A lot of bone up in there. Some meat I might be able to get. So, look at that. That's pretty. See, it's good to go and try and get some of that. Some of that is still. You run into tendons though. You run into tendons a lot. I don't see many people showing neck videos. I don't see many people showing neck videos because the challenges associated with getting the meat off of the neck is pretty big. But and there might be some out there that show it done a lot different than me, but I just do it how I taught myself, you know, by coming up and being a hunter and just not really wanting to lose any of the meat that I get off of my animal that I work so hard for, or someone works so hard for. Or an animal that gave, you know, you work, I don't want to have an animal that gave its life to feed me and my family and my friends and my everything. I want to see it go to waste. So, I'll work a little bit more with this. to get some. Let's see that. That don't look bloodshot to me. So you gotta get that off of there. Yeah, see, I got it pretty close to. All right, that's pretty clean. Let's see. Might be able to get that. Now, what I might do with this is a lot of people are worried about CWD, and CWD is chronic wasting disease, and it is a prion, or prion, however you want to say it, that lives in the central nervous system of animals. And chronic wasting disease is the one that's the name given to the one for cervidae, which are in the deer family. If it was in like sheep, we call it TSE, transmissible spongiform encephalopathy or encephalitis. In people, we call it CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. And in cows, which are bovines, we call it mad cow disease. So, but it's all the same disease. And whether or not it can jump from one species to another is speculative at current healthcare knowledgeable time. But prions are not living creatures. It's proteins that can. What it does is the way they actually have a reproductive type modality that they follow, in that they can make other proteins around them react to mimic their similar structure, and it's almost like pre-viral forms. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into it, but a lot of people believe that if you bust or break the spinal cord of a animal that's infected with it, you can get this on you, and it might be able to transmit to an animal, another species. Anyway, so I mean, I'm playing around with a cut deer neck right now, and I have every bit of this deer, whatever CSF, cerebral spinal fluid, was in there. It got on me, it got on this meat. There's no way to stop that from happening. Absolutely none if you break the spinal cord, because that's where it resides. So, and washing it off ain't gonna help. And you can't cook it out of it. There's no temperature that'll destroy these things. So, well, there is at a point, but even autoclaving in the medical field won't destroy prions. You'd have to bring it to such a temperature where it would denature the protein beyond recognition of being protein. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about that in anything I do, because I'm just going to live my life, and you know, this is how it's been done for thousands of years. Men, women, children eat meat. We're going to eat meat. But why I'm getting at that is that bone would make for an incredible stock. So I'm going to put that away somewhere, and when I get a chance, I'm going to boil that down. The pieces of this meat will come off, and I might make some kind of gravy out of it, a stew, But I can also make incredible stock with this. Gotta get that blood off of there. That's bloodshot meat. That's why I ain't going for that. That would be a good piece of meat right there, but bloodshot meat, it's not worth it. But I might be doing that in the future, real soon, making a stock with this. All right, on to the next one.